Have you ever wondered what to do with these back pages of the Tim Holtz Paper Stash Wallflower or one of his other paper pads? These are the 3x4 inch, and I've turned this sheet into some tags and I've decorated them a little, and then on the reverse with no wastage. So come join me and let's see how we do it. Hi everyone, it's Kat. Welcome to my channel. So today we've got a video where we are going to use some paper out of this Tim Holtz Ideology, the Wallflower. It's the Paper Stash 12x12 inch. So I did do a video where I used, just see if I can find it, this one here. This is the 3 inch by 3 inch. So if you haven't seen that video as yet, I'll link it in the description and I'll link it up there, and check it out because I think that worked out really well. So behind that we've got these pages, which are the 3 inch by the 6 inch. So let's grab one of those. And when I was kind of figuring out what to do with the 3 inch by 3 inch, I also realized that I could do a similar thing with the 3 inch by the 4 inch. So the 3 inch I think makes a good width for a tag, and then if we cut it in half, again we're not going to be chopping anything off, and being that it's directional, it would have to be something like this. So I looked at it and I thought tags would be really good. So I'm just going to grab my paper trimmer now, and I'm just going to cut this pad down at the 6 inch mark. So I think this is going to be a good project for a mass making session, and it's a good way to build up your ephemera stash. And I mean, the card is nice and thick. You could back it if you wanted to, but because the images are so lovely, I thought it would be just a good tag that we could make, and we could just have it just to add, especially like, you know, when you want to stuff pockets full of different tags. These would be quick and easy tags to make. Okay, right, so we've got all of our cutouts here, and as you can see, these are really good bases. So if we took this one for example, we could just do a tag topper there, and then on the back that would be perfect for some journaling space. To make the tag shape, what I've done is I've just kind of aligned my tag to the grids on my board here, and I've got this diagonal line that's running down across here. So I'm just going to place my ruler along that diagonal line, and just with my craft cutting knife I'm just going to cut down there. So I've got that one off. So then you take your tag and turn it over, and then I'm just going to get that same piece and just make sure that I've got it in the same direction. So that's where it was. So I'm just going to now turn it over this way, and then just carefully just align my ruler with that. So now that I've got that, I can move that away, and I'm just going to take my craft knife and just run that down there. So that way I've got myself a nice tag shape. So now we've got these lovely tags. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got 8 tags now. So I'll just quickly show you. So this one here, it's got the lovely bird on the top, and it's got this lovely bit on there, and then on the back it's got that lovely pattern there and journaling space. Same with this one. I think I might have done this one upside down, but it doesn't really matter. I think you can get away with it. And on the back again, you've got some nice journaling space. This one you've got the butterflies, and again on the back. So you can see that you don't waste any of the patterns at all. The designs all work perfectly to create some tags with these. Now all you need to do is just put a hole in the middle and you can do an eyelet. So I had a look through all of my ephemera and I pulled out these. I had a little play. It took me a while, so that's why I did it off camera, but I'm quite happy with the way I've sort of decorated these up. I do want to do something down here, and I also thought it would be nice to do a little bit of stamping on the back. And this one here, because I had that upside down, I found that little piece, so I thought I would just cover that up. So we'll get these down and I will just get my distress ink, my vintage photo booth. Okay, so we'll just start distressing the edges. These are so tiny, these little pieces. They're just impossible for me to pick up with these nails especially. So we'll do that, and then I'll just quickly go around. So how are you all today? I hope everyone's doing well. It's just such a lovely, cool, rainy day today, and I think it's going to heat up very soon. I think we've got another few days and then I think the heat is going to hit us. But we finally, after many years, we got a air conditioner in my stepdaughter's bedroom, and much needed, because her room becomes like a sauna in there. So she is coming in a few days to stay with us for another few days while she's still on school holiday. So she doesn't know. We've left it as a surprise for her, and because she did ask if she could stay with us an extra few days, and we had to say no because we had workmen coming to do things around the house, and one of those things was to get her air conditioner installed. So I'll just push these to the side and we'll just work on this one first. And we'll see how we go for time, whether I do the other two on camera or whether I just finish them off and show you at the end. So actually first we might get this one down just to cover up that upside down. Yeah, so when you cut your tags and everything, just learn from my lesson and just, I mean, I did check, but that goes to show how the patterns are. I didn't quite pick up that I had it upside down. So yeah, you might want to pay attention to that. So I've tried to come up with some ideas on what I could do with the rest of that pad, that paper pad, because I have been stashing it for quite some time. And I thought I might make myself a really special ephemera holding book, but one maybe for larger pieces. And then the rest I might just just use in my general projects, because then I feel like I've done something really special with that paper. But everything, I did try a few other bits of ephemera outside of Tim Holtz, but everything kind of went so nicely, and I happened to have it, so that's why. And you know, why not use it? It's just better sitting than sitting in a box not being used. So I just pulled it all out and made some lovely tags. All right, so that's that one there. I'll just get some scissors and I'll just, sorry guys, I think I just knocked the camera. Okay, there we go. That's one tag there. Now I can stitch around the edges, but what I might do is work on this one now. And now the first thing I wanted to do, which I have got ready, is I wanted to do some stamping. So I've got my favorite little script here. So I just thought I would just come across and just okay, just to break up that pattern a little bit. And now I will come in and distress all of our edges here. I actually picked up some stamps, some actual real stamps off, we have a site here in Australia called Gumtree. I don't know if it's an Australian only thing or whether it's overseas, but it's called Gumtree. And I picked up a 1920s collection of, or 1920s to 1930s, I think it started. And I'm just wondering if I need to do some stamping in here. Let me see if something inspires me quickly. So if it's going to be anything, it's going to come from here. That might be too big, so I need something a bit smaller than that. Maybe this book number. I think if it's going to be anything, it's going to be that one. All right, so it just needs to be just in there. Oh yeah, yes, happy with that. Okay, so now that we've made that decision, I'm going to get all this down. So first of all, I'm just going to put this one down, and hopefully I remember what positions I had everything in. Yeah, so getting back to that postage stamp collection, there are literally hundreds. So it's stamps around the whole world, starting with like Austria, but I don't even think it was called Austria. Oh, I don't remember. It's a few nights ago that I was looking at it all. But for example, Australia, there was about 3 pages of stamps, and I was going through and trying to figure out how to tell what is a valuable stamp. And to be honest, I think most of these stamps are not going to be very valuable because they've got what's called a stamp hinge. So if you know anything about collecting stamps, I'd love to hear in the comments below. But these stamps have been applied like with a stamp hinge on the back of them, and so I think that instantly devalues a stamp. And they've not been put in like a protective sheet, so they, you know, have been left out, you know, exposed to dust and weather and all that sort of thing. So if there is any stamps, they will instantly be devalued. But there are some rare and unique stamps in there. So I'm going to have to find someone that I can trust, and I'm going to just have to check, because I've got a couple of stamps that look to me, and I'm, you know, just a complete novice at all this, but it looks to me like they could be what they're called, I think they're called surcharged. So they had like their original value on the face of the stamp, but then they have been stamped with another value. And like I've got a couple of, or at least one of those. You know, but I was looking through, and honestly, it looks to me like, looking at the pictures, I might have a couple of stamps there that might be worth something. So yeah, I'm safely putting that away. And you know, when I saw it, I actually thought it was just a few pages, and it was quite a reasonable amount. And I thought, well, you know, if I had to buy stamps like this on Etsy, I'd probably be paying that plus postage. So I thought it was quite a good deal. And when I went to pick it up, it was an absolute booklet. And I said to the young man, he inherited it from his grandfather, and he said, I know that there could be some valuable stamps in there. He said, but I'm happy to give it away, you know, and let somebody else enjoy it. But he said, if you do find that there are stamps in there, he said, could you just let me know, just out of interest? I would love to know. So we'll see what happens. It's like another little side little hobby thing that I'm going to have to now look into all these stamps. So we'll work on this one here. So I just wanted to do something down here. So I always find that a little bit of washi does the trick. So these colours might be good. These are the Amity Bloom washies that I just treated myself to. I don't know if she's done any since, but Let me just think. Oh, do I want that over the top? I think I do. All right, so I'm just going to put that just there for time being, and I'll get these down. So this is Tim Holtz ephemera, and the other one is, if you watched my paper strips video, my decorative paper strips down to decorate the edge of a page using up paper scraps, you will see I found a whole bunch of those. So we're going to put that one there, and when I was cleaning out another tin of, and just putting all my paper scraps together, because suddenly my paper scraps are becoming very valuable to me, so I've been putting them all together, and I found a few more extra of these I had printed off at one stage. Okay, so I think I'm just going to pop that there like that, and maybe just wrap that around a little bit on the edge. Okay, so I think I distressed the edges there. All right, so there we go. I'm happy with that. So I guess now we've just got to put a little eyelet hole in there. Let me just put the cap back on my glue. And I'm just going to put some little eyelets in. So I'm just going to I might get these to come up a little bit higher. Yeah. Just sort of roughly eyeballing. So what I've done is I've marked my little gauge here so that I know I'm not going to go down too deep. I just put my tag there, and then I just roughly just make sure it's even on both sides. So I've got my little eyelets there, and then I'm just going to put my little eyelet things in here. So I'm just seeing what colour would look good. I think I might do all these colours. Yep. Oh, that's like a darker one. That one might look good there on that one, and that one, yeah, like that. Okay, so hopefully I don't crunch my eyelet. So I tend to find that if I use that little round one here, which is I don't know if you can tell. It's that one there anyway. That's the one that I tend to find, and then I use, well, there's only two, so I tend to use the long thin one. Because when I put my eyelet in, and then I hold my crocodile, and then I never seem to get a crunch when I do it that way. All right, we'll try again. There we go. What I might do is just go and sew the edges on this, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you the finished product. All the three tags are finished. I'll show you what we've come up with. So we've got this one here. So I added a little bit of a lace topper to it, and that's what it looks like on the front. And then if you turn it over, then you've got this lovely little bit down the bottom here, and you've got this space here for journaling. This one here, we've got that, and turn it over, and again you've got some journaling space on the back. And this one here, and turn it over, and again you've got some journaling space on the back, plus this nice little bit of decoration. So guys, I've got some more here to finish off, but I really thought that this was a great way to use up these 4 by 3 inch squares in the Tim Holtz paper pad. if you have any ideas for how to use them, please by all means let me know in the comments, because I would love to have some more ideas on what to use those papers for. Well guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you did, if you would please just like, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and share my video around. It just helps with the algorithm, you know, that sort of thing. So until next time guys, I will see you. Bye.